Good afternoon, it's Sunshine Reports. My name is Oduayo Soya. The deplorable condition of the federal road across Ikare-Ogbagi and Irakoko axis to Ekiti State has continued to be a nightmare for residents and motorists. For the last 5 years, the road has been the only route for luxury buses and trucks traveling from Lagos to Ekiti, connecting Irakoko, Ogbagi-Akoko, and Ikare-Akoko to Abuja and other cities in the northern part of the country. With the convergence of heavy-duty trucks, the road has collapsed amid a visible neglect by Federal Road Maintenance Agency FEMA. Blessing Obey has more on the story.
This site shows no trace of a road, let alone a federal highway. What is visible is more like an abandoned fish pond flooded by torrential rainfall. This is the condition of the federal road linking Ondo with Ekiti State by the border town of Irakoko in Ondo State. Residents of this community are daily woken by the sound of luxury buses and heavy-duty trucks traveling to and from Lagos, as well as the northern parts of the country. For more than 2 years, the road has remained in this deplorable state, with motorists sometimes spending nights in one spot. Constant appeals by residents without any response from the appropriate authorities have led to protest, but all to no avail.
Kan ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún wa kan wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti bá ní tún ọ̀nà ìṣe tó ń ṣubú lójú ọ̀nà kì í ṣe mọ́tò kékeré ẹjọ́ kan ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún wa kan ràn lọ́wọ́ kan ṣàánú wa o.
How long will the people continue to endure hardship on this road whose deplorable condition has stretched the 15-minute journey from Ikare to Irakoko to as long as 1 hour, if one is lucky enough not to get stuck in between hundreds of heavy-duty trucks? Blessing Obey, Osrc News.
The Ondo State government has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening child protection through improved laws, advocacy, and community action. This follows a 3-day capacity building workshop for members of the State Child Rights Implementation Committee, government ministries, and civil society organizations. Ayoluwa Tomiwa Adetunji has details.
Stakeholders from government agencies, civil society organizations, and the Ondo State Child Rights Implementation Committee have converged for an intensive 3-day training focused on child's rights, child labor laws, protection strategies, and remediation programs. The program, organized by Ondo State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development in collaboration with Save the Children International, aimed to equip participants with practical tools and strategies to safeguard the welfare of children across the state. Addressing participants, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Dr. Osrc, charged stakeholders to intensify efforts in protecting the rights of every child.
Ondo State can be judged as one of the safest places for children in Nigeria. But it's not like that in other states, where physical violence against children is all around us. But in Ondo State, perhaps because of our sophistication or probably because of our education, we still do not have that much statistics that shows that children are going through harmful practices.
Osrc further expressed optimism that the collaboration among stakeholders will translate into measurable actions to curb child labor, abuse, and neglect in the state.
I want to plead with all other ministries that are critical stakeholders towards the development of children in the state to always take their duties very seriously.
The Speaker of Ondo State Children's Parliament, Right Honorable Olamide Boroye, described the program a call to action for all actors to remain vigilant and proactive in promoting child welfare.
But with what I'm seeing here today is quite impressive, and I believe this committee will make a better change for every child in the world.
Representative from the Ministry of Justice reaffirmed the ministry's readiness to ensure that justice is served whenever children's rights are violated and offenders held accountable under the law.
The Ministry of Justice, especially the Department of Public Prosecution, is out to ensure that violators of the rights of children are put behind bars.
For Save the Children International, the training is pivotal in boosting advocacy, strengthening child protection networks, and ensuring that no child is left behind in Ondo State.
The project, which is aimed at building or addressing issues of child labor in cocoa-producing communities, this project is meant to strengthen stakeholders and as well improve on the structures around child labor and as well children's welfare.
With increased awareness and renewed commitment from the program, stakeholders believe the future of child protection in Ondo State will be stronger, coordinated, and more effective. Ayoluwa Tomiwa Adetunji, Osrc News.
The 2024-2025 academic session has ended in primary and secondary schools, but the rising cost of graduation and end-of-year parties in schools continue to resonate amongst parents. While both public and private schools mark the close of the academic year with ceremonies, the financial burden on parents, especially in private institutions, has become a growing concern. In this report, our reporter Nifemi Afolabi examines the factors driving these soaring expenses and the attendant solution.
Graduation Day is meant to be a time of joy and celebration for both the pupil and the parents. A moment marking the beginning of a new chapter. Behind the chairs and photo session lies significant financial demand. In many private schools, parents are regularly asked to pay between 30,000 and 150,000 naira per child for graduation-related activities. These fees typically cover outfits, event logistics, and catering. Even end-of-the-year class parties, which were once simple affairs, have now transformed into full-scale events, attracting additional revenues.
What we are trying to tell us is that we pay for the industry period, we pay for human period, we pay for salary, we pay for university. Now, why can't we just exempt those elementary aspects of it? We just focus it on just secondary school and the university. And the amount should be reasonable. It shouldn't be enforced. Let me just put that. It shouldn't be enforced. It should be willingly. It should be voluntary. And even though we are going to enforce this must be a kind of a reasonable amount of money. Because there is a particular incident that we call that someone told me about, which happens to be this same question you raised, whereby his son was asked to pay, maybe around 40-something thousand just for some part of the event for the graduation. To me, it's just out of place. It shouldn't be encouraged at all. It shouldn't be encouraged. My advice is that it should be voluntary.
In contrast, public schools also hold end-of-the-year activities and modest graduation ceremonies, but costs are generally minimal and often voluntary. Parents in public school may contribute small amounts for snacks, chairs, or class gifts, a far cry from the commercialized approach in some private institutions.
Taking the child to private school is an option for the parents, because first and foremost the state government, the federal government has provision for that already. But if you want your child to go to any of those federal government or state owned institutions, you decide to take them to private, whatever becomes the terms and conditions for that end becomes a personal problem. So collecting 30,000, 20,000, 40,000 from parents or encouragement from children depends on what they are actually offering each other.
Things now is very, very expensive. Money cannot buy much. We only know that, okay, 50,000 naira is good job, but let's take the format to the market. What can it buy? But we also plead. Things are expensive, but we are really medium to plead to our principal, the proprietors, that they should reduce a certain amount of money.
Parents are now calling on the government, particularly state ministries of education, to intervene. Education stakeholders agree that while it is important to celebrate milestones, schools must avoid turning moments of joy into opportunities for exploitation.
In some other instances, it might not be outrageous. For instance, where the school fees per term is up to 1.something million naira per term. So if they are paying 40,000 naira as graduation ceremony charges, the parents there that put their children in such school, they feel that that would be normal. But in a community where the income is very, very low, yes, and the students in the school within that community, they are from low-income families, charging 50,000, 40,000 naira for graduation ceremony would be very, very outrageous.
The graduation and end of the year season may be over for now, but the debate is just beginning. If left unaddressed, the trend of exorbitant charges in the name of graduation celebration will continue unchecked. Olwanifemi Abayomi, Osrc News.
Nigeria can transform the challenge of managing waste into a powerful tool, paving the way for a future of zero waste and net zero emissions. At the 183rd inaugural lecture of Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Energy and Environment, Christiana Ijagbemi, charted a clear path towards this vision, where sources Abidemi Akirotoye has details.
Waste management remains a major global concern, posing serious threat to human health, the environment, and the economy. The growing volume of waste has led to widespread pollution and escalating health risks. This was the focus of the lecture themed Waste Engineering and Climate Change, an ingenious alliance to the drawdown, which underscored how adopting advanced waste engineering solutions can strengthen cities against extreme climate events like flooding. According to Professor Christiana Ijagbemi, in the decades ahead, efficient waste management and reduction will stand out as a major strategy for mitigating climate change.
Managing waste wisely is no longer optional. It is essential. In the decades ahead, this climate problem will become one of the planet's most powerful problem solutions. Therefore, by employing effective waste engineering techniques, we help cities become more resilient to the extreme climate occurrences that cause flooding, damage infrastructure, displaced communities, and their livelihoods. By leveraging the synergies between dominant domains of waste engineering and climate change, we will move closer to a sustainable future that will balance economic growth, environmental health, and draw down the emissions.
The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Adenike Oladiji, commended the dawn and stressed the urgency of proper waste management, urging Nigerians to embrace effective recycling practices. Participants expressed optimism that the lecture would inspire greater public awareness and individual action towards sustainable waste practices.
She provoked our intelligence, our mind, and she also preferred solutions to some of the challenges that we have in our country. The only thing that is remaining is the implementation of some of the things that she suggested.
Government can assist by actually formalizing, which of course they have been doing. They can just try more formalizing the waste disposal system, collection of waste, disposing it in the way that will not impact our environment.
Family members of Professor Christiana Ijagbemi also celebrated her outstanding academic feats.
I'm very happy. I can say this is the best of everything in my life, because I suffer. After my suffering, and I see the light again.
This is a journey we started just like she said, where nobody knew she could become anything. But today she's at the pinnacle of academics. So I'm so happy.
My mom, she's a strong woman and she's very passionate about everything she does.
Experts agree that effective waste management is crucial for a sustainable future. Rather than seeing waste as something to discard, it can be converted into a valuable resource, producing renewable energy through waste-to-energy systems that transform organic and non-recyclable waste into power. Abidemi Akinwotoye, Osrc News.
The Ondo State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of 7 suspects in connection with the kidnapping of Omoni Samuel, a lecturer at Adekunle Ajashin University, Akungba Akoko. The arrests followed a discreet intelligence operation by operatives of the command, which uncovered the coordinated roles each suspect played in the crime. Investigation established that one of the suspects, Benson Alaba, 45 years, a commercial motorcyclist and who routinely conveyed the victim to his workplace, used his familiarity to spy on the victim's movements. On 1st August 2025, he visited the victim's residence without prior arrangement under the pretense of requesting a handset. This was later confirmed to be a calculated ploy to study the victim's activities and create an opening for the syndicate. Shortly after his departure, other gang members moved in and abducted the lecturer. Further inquiry revealed that Ogungbemi Wasiu provided the ITEL handset used to contact the victim's family to demand a ransom of 5 million naira. The investigation also linked Audu Shuaibu, Ismaila Abdullahi, Nuru Bature, Usman Baba, and Yusuf Mohammed, all of Agopanu Owo, to the physical execution of the kidnapping. The Ondo State Police Command, in a statement, has warned against the dangers of disinformation and misinformation, as they have the potential to mislead the public, undermine ongoing investigations, and erode trust in security agencies. And that's it on the Sunshine Reports. Thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon.